How's everyone's heart after that? Because mine's not okay. I don't think my pulse has come down yet. I want to know in the comments, were you in the camp of, yeah, we've done it, absolutely clean sheet, brilliant game, or were you like me, which was, oh my god, I think Burnley might take advantage of our missed chances and we're going to come out of this with a draw? Because that was quite a stressful end to that game. It was quite a stressful end, but look, we hung on. The clean sheet, brilliant. I don't know what I expected. Burnley, for me, are one of those teams. It was going to be a hard game, and do you know what? I think it was quite a hard game. But the lineup was pretty standard. The bench was okay. We don't have many players. You get what you're given with West Ham at the moment. But Meepo was on the bench, and I was quite excited to see if he'd get his debut. Did he? No, of course he didn't. It's David Moyes. He doesn't like starting youth. That's my only criticism of Moyes in this game, apart from the subs. Otherwise, I think all credit to him, he did quite well. Early into the first half, 10 minutes in fact, an absolutely solid cross from Fornals, which led to a goal for Antonio, and it was such a good tap in. It was a good goal. Do you know what? Even the build up with Bowen and Benrahma, it was just Benrahma to Bowen, Bowen to Fornals, and then Fornals to Antonio. Brilliant. The whole build up to that was great, and it was a really good goal, and it was a position I was glad we were in early, because it put Burnley on the back foot, and I think it did in the first half. Soufal played well. I mean, they all played well in the first half. Just all over the pitch, I think they played well. But for me, Soufal was just extremely pacey, getting stuck in. Some brilliant crosses from Soufal as well. He does take a very good cross, and I love to see that. The only criticism of a player is Cresswell. You know, I don't like Cresswell at left back. I've made that quite clear on my videos before. I won't dwell. There was the own goal, but it was offside, so it was fine. He gave away a silly free kick, but it was a terrible one taken by Burnley, so that didn't matter either. But you know, I still think at some point we need a new left back. He's okay. Cresswell's okay. As I said, I'm not going to dwell too much because we won, but yeah, I still don't really like him in left back at all. I'm going to go out and say my man of the match right now, Ogbonna. 100% Ogbonna, and he is an absolute rock for us. Defensively, he is just so good. He is so good. An honourable mention, even more of an honourable mention, to his partner, Craig Dawson, who since he's started playing for us, it's just been fantastic, genuinely really good. And I will hold my hands up, as I'm always happy on here to admit my mistakes and say that when his name was mentioned and when we got him on loan, I was critical. I was critical of his age, I was critical of his skill, but he has been very good for us, and for me, he's done more than enough to get a start every week. Like, he has been genuinely so good for us. And he roughed up Chris Wood. He did, you know, not quite Che Adams level of roughing up, but roughing up all the same. And I'm all for that. I think he gets stuck in. He's a nuisance. It's the best way to describe him. He makes himself a nuisance of himself, which is great for us. But him and Ogbonna together, match made in heaven. Absolutely, a defensive match made in heaven. We didn't have the possession. We didn't have a strong amount of possession in the first half. It was more Burnley than it was us, but we looked more threatening, 100%. And going into the second half, no subs. I don't think there were any subs needed, to be perfectly honest. I was hoping that in the second half we'd get another goal. That's what I wanted from the second half, was another goal, just because with Burnley you can never be 100% sure. And God, did we have some chances to get a second goal? Yes, we did. We have many chances to get a second goal. So I had a little bit of about Cresswell. Another player that I'm going to have a little bit of a moan about is actually Bowen. And I want you to hear me out on this, because I know some people might not agree with me. I'm a huge fan of Bowen, and he's a really fine example of the talent that's in the Championship. But, by God, is he a ball hogger. And it's not one-off. This isn't the first time he's done this. It's not even the second time he's done this. This is becoming quite a thing. He's selfish on the ball. And whether he's attempting to shoot when he really shouldn't be shooting, he should be passing, or if he's just taking too long on the ball that we lose possession. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And as I said, it's not a one-off. He did this when he first started with us. And I kind of put that, and I mentioned that in a video, but I can kind of put that down to the fact that he he made his debut. He wanted a goal, and I still wants goals now, but he let us down because in the second half he could have passed to Antonio. It was a missed opportunity. Antonio was right there, and I'm pretty sure that would have gone in, but he didn't. He went to shoot himself, and we lost possession a good 2 times with him just taking too long on the ball and not passing. And then of course Burnley got it. It's frustrating, and I don't like that because Moyes has got us in a position where the whole team is working really well together, really cohesive looking team. And then there's kind of Bowen, who just doesn't work. He does, but not consistently. And that I would like to see a change on, because we've a good few missed opportunities in a few matches now, and I just want Bowen to be less selfish on that ball. That's my only frustration with Bowen. As I mentioned, we had chances, and I thought in earlier part of the second half we did have a good few chances. Fornals, Antonio, we did have chances, and I'm disappointed again. I'm going to use what is becoming my favourite word. We weren't clinical enough to finish them, and we could have easily, for me, that could have easily been what, 3-0 game by the time we'd finished, and we'd just so many missed chances. And my only worry is that those chances will come back and bite us, which in this game they didn't. Fair, they didn't. We won, but that's something that's consistently happening as well, and it's only going to take a better team to take advantage of that. I thought Benrahma was really good. I quite enjoyed watching Benrahma play. I thought he held on to the ball. I know a lot of people disagree with me on social media about that, but I think he held on to the ball really well, and he was taken off for Lanzini, which I don't think was correct, because when Lanzini came on, the game changed, and all of a sudden Burnley had way more possession. They became more dangerous. We'd stepped back slightly once Benrahma had come off. Then they brought Yarmolenko on for Bowen. Now, I would have taken Bowen off for Lanzini and kept Benrahma on and brought on Lanzini. The Yarmolenko sub was pointless. Although I criticised Bowen, Yarmolenko offered absolutely nothing apart from channeling his inner Jared Bowen and didn't pass and took a shot. And again, another late missed opportunity. So for me, that was a bit of a nothing sub. A sub that I think we definitely needed was Mipo for Antonio, because around about 65th, 70th, Antonio was knackered. We will break that man. If we don't sign a striker, we will break that man. And even if we don't sign a striker, we have a striker on the bench. Yes, he's youth. Yes, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, he's not proven. Antonio had done his bit. He scored. Give the boy a chance and give Antonio a chance to rest. We have got fixture congestion coming up big time. We cannot keep playing Antonio for 90 minutes. He's knackered, and if he gets injured, or if he's not 100% because Moyes is overplaying him, the team's going to suffer. And we're in such a good position at the moment that I would like Moyes to basically bring on Mipo. That's my main point here. Antonio needs to rest because we will break him. We don't need to. So that's frustrating. So my criticism of Moyes was his subs. But that's it, because I'll be honest, I can't blame Moyes for the sort of missed opportunities. In my opinion, I can't. That's down to the players. So for me, I just don't agree with Moyes' subs. But I've got to give credit to him because, as I said, that's 3 wins in a row and 4 clean sheets. Moyes has turned that team upside down. He really has made a huge difference to them. And that I have to credit him for 100%. And again, I will hold my hands up and say I criticise Moyes a lot. But he has made a change, a more cohesive team, a team that hangs on, a team that works together. He has just made a change. It's not always stress-free watching West Ham, but I don't think it'll ever be stress-free watching West Ham. If we look at where we were this time last season, it is planets away from where we are now. So, as I said, fixture congestion coming up, but onwards, we're in a great position, and that's good.